Hey, what's happening? So, I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I flew to Kiev, I got to perform on stage. For the thousands of Liverpool fans, Liverpool lost the Champions League final. I flew back that night. I got back into Liverpool at 4 o'clock, so I've been awake for about 26 hours. I spent Sunday in a social media blackout, put my phone to one side, which I never do, ever. Slept for a lot of it, played footy in the garden with my lad, had some ice cream, and then went to bed. It's given me time to reflect a little bit. It's a very strange situation that I'm in at the moment, because I literally, as I say, spent 26 hours awake, watched Liverpool, the team that I love, the team that I base a vast majority of the passion I have in my life around, as well as it being the thing that, keeps a roof over my head as well. To watch the Reds lose that, I should be absolutely devastated. I should be on the floor, and I'm not. It's weird. I had a real sense of this in the build up to the game, but it was weird when I thought, well, if you lose to Real Madrid, you can kind of say what a great ride it's been. But I mean, it's not quite as simple as that by any stretch of the imagination. But in the reality of it, disappointed's definitely the word. But I don't think I'm disappointed in. I'm disappointed in Loris Karius. That's ultimately what it is. I'm not disappointed in the tactics. I'm not disappointed in the club. I am massively proud of the vast majority of things that happened in and around that game. I'm so proud of the run. I'm so proud of the results that Liverpool put along the way. The day itself was one of the best days we've had. From a personal perspective, from a career perspective. 8 years ago, we got knocked back by LFC TV for the Red Men TV pilot. Well, 9 years ago, really. We went with this pilot, and they said, we're not sure about that. Does it need two presenters? Does this joke here need to be this long? Does it need to be like this? And we went, yeah, it does. And they went, well, listen, we're not interested. Hey, I was devastated then. To come almost full circle 9 years on and be invited to go on the stage at the fan park ahead of a Champions League final. Bear in mind, when I started, we were on the verge of sacking Rafa Benitez. We then ended up with Roy Hodgson in charge. And I then launched properly Redmen in the back room of my house with a borrowed camera, no lights, very much tungsten lit, like this, weird. How far I've come professionally and how far Liverpool have come as a club in that time is nothing short of astounding when you think about it. So, the day itself was just something I've never really experienced, and it's mad that. And I think that's where the disappointment really comes from, is that I think everything was right, everything was primed. We did everything you meant to do. Liverpool got a boss manager in, he's constructed a very, very good attacking side that can cause anyone in the world problems. He's got the fans back on side, and then the fans took the baton and ran with it. And, we created an amazing song. We've been singing it, we've been supporting them, we're doing the coach greetings, we're doing everything in between. People dressing the houses in the build-up to it shows how much the red half of this city is absolutely bought into what's happening. And then it wasn't supposed to go like that. You're not supposed to then get to a Champions League final and have that happen. And the reason, like I say, I'm disappointed is not so much that we lost, it's that I wanted to see how we would have handled that game without the goalkeeper basically throwing two in. Now, Loris Karius, let's touch upon him briefly. I think I can understand angry reactions. I was absolutely fuming with him at the time. It's just so stupid. Like, the first one's just stupid. The second one, I was talking to my dad about this, and you see them, they're not excusable, but you see people hit those weird knuckleball movie shots, and I've seen goalkeepers make a hash of them. The problem is that both those mistakes happen. I have got a room downstairs in the Retro Football TV studio with 100 own goals and gaff styles, videos and DVDs where goalkeepers are just making those mistakes all over. They don't happen in the Champions League final. They can't happen in the Champions League final. You just can't do that. And moreover, against the best team this competition's ever seen, and especially now that we know that they've just done it 3 on the bounce, you can't give them 2 goals and expect to win the game. And, look, the Mo Salah thing is what it is. You can lose top quality players in finals. You can. And you can find a way to win. And I think Liverpool had the potential to do that. If you take the 2 Karius goals away, it's 1-1, and who knows? Look, the fact of the matter is, it's 0-0 without the first one, and who knows? Maybe Real Madrid go on and stride on, and maybe they do go and absolutely tear us apart. That's a distinct possibility, but it's not outside the realms of possibility that what Liverpool put in on the pitch. I think we gave them a fright. I think we gave them a scare. And this feels to me very much like the Man City away league game, that I think we'll look back at it, hopefully in the fullness of time, and say, okay, hopefully the players most importantly, more than the fans, more than me, more than you and I, they'll look at that and say, it's hard to say and it's a bit horrible to say, but that's the goalkeeper's fault. We had this. We believe that we had it. Whether it's true or not, irrelevant. Whether you believe it is the most important thing, because that informs how you move forward from this. And I'd hope, and I'd like to think and hope, that the manager and the team will feel that they gave a good account of themselves, and on the day, without the stupid mistakes, they would have been the game would have been far closer and far more competitive. And to be fair, I kind of hold that myself, if I'm perfectly honest, and maybe there'll be people who disagree, and that's absolutely fine. My faith in this club doesn't require other people to share that faith. That's a Morpheus line from the Matrix, but it holds true. So yeah, look, I'm going to take a little bit of time off. It's been a mental season. I've had so many incredible experiences, and as I say, it's 11 years since the genesis of Red Men TV. The idea, I think, was pretty much post-Athens, sat in the pub, and we spent a lot of time in pubs and that, talking about the Reds and supporting the Reds, and that's where the idea was born, where the Red Men banner came from that season. It'll be 8 years as the World Cup starts, 8 years since we started producing new videos, since we started the YouTube channel. And look, for me, on a personal perspective, both as a fan and as a YouTuber, which is a weird thing to say because I never feel myself that way, but it's been the best year yet. And the best thing is I don't feel as though this is it. I think we've seen a lot of teams peak at situations like this. 13-14 was a peak. 08-09, second in the table, peak. We've seen a lot of false dawns. I don't feel as though this is a false dawn. I don't know if it is or isn't. There's no way of knowing that, unfortunately. But I do feel as though Liverpool are on the right track, and I do feel as though, because of the circumstances, much like we used the Etihad defeat to kind of spur us on to some extent, to say, no, we've got something to prove here. We've not collapsed. We've not given our all, and we've fallen short because we've gone toe to toe and it's not worked out. What's happened is we've gone toe to toe, and maybe it's an excuse, I don't know, but I don't care. 2 moments of madness have cost us, and at the very least, I think there's 10 players out there who can go, no, I gave me all on that pitch there. I've tried everything I can for the club there. And I know that if I get that opportunity again, then I believe we can come back strong, and I believe we can do it again. And again, that's the kind of mentality I think the manager instills in people. I think it's the mentality he's instilled in the fans as well. I'm chuffed with the vast majority of the response that I've seen online off the back of it, particularly people who went over to Kiev. Because if you went over there and you saw it with your own 2 eyes, you saw what we were able to generate in the build-up to it, you'll know that this club is in very safe hands. It's in a very good position. It's a very strong and powerful position to have the supporters on side. Just look at the other clubs in the Premier League and look at them. Some of the top ones, they can't fill the grounds. They've got people raging at the absolute drop of a hat, losing the shit over it. The people who are not happy with the style of play, they're not happy with the managers, they're not happy with the work rate and the effort being put in on the pitch, they're not happy with the style of play, they're not happy with where they finished in the league. We don't have any of that. Our disappointment is that we got to a European Cup final and didn't beat a team that's now won it 13 times. Food for thought. This can be a disappointment. This can be a peak at this time. This can be something that can be a negative if Liverpool don't pick themselves up, dust themselves down, and go again strong next season. Of course it can, but that's for Jurgen Klopp to sort over the summer. If that's for us to have a little bit of a chill on, get on the beach, soak up some rays, think about the good things that Liverpool have done this season, think about the good experiences. I certainly know that I will, and I know I've got more of them. I've acquired more of them in the last 10 months than I have done in almost the 8 years that preceded it, because ultimately this season has been a wonderful cake. Getting to the final of the Champions League was delicious icing, and as much as Liverpool need to get out of the habit of losing finals, Liverpool need to get back into the swing of winning them. For me personally, the way I see it is that winning the trophy would have been the cherry on top of an amazing cake this season. Yeah, but that's just me. People who watch the channel, people who subscribe, you'll know, look, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I'm a laissez-faire kind of guy. I've had a magnificent ride. I've had a magnificent time. And it doesn't end here. It can't end here. It's going to get stronger. It's going to get better. The stuff that we've learned, that we'll pick up, we'll put in our locker of experience. that's a thing, I think. But let's say it's a thing. And hopefully come back, again, bigger, better, stronger, faster, harder next season. I hope we can. I believe we can. If you do too, listen, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. There'll be more cool stuff coming. If you want, actually, look, I've got the vast majority of the vlog from the Champions League done. There's not going to be the interest in it, of course, because no one really wants the ending to that. But if you want to see it, drop a like on the video and let me know in the comments below. It's a belter. It's absolutely incredible. All the stuff built up to it, apart from 2 moments of Loris Karius madness and an absolute world-class goal from Gareth Bale. It's amazing. But yeah, look. Cheers.